Alright guys, honestly it's so bright outside that like I'm struggling. I don't even know if I could look y'all in the eye right now. I'm eating triple me. Let me close this up. Ow. So I tried to film this video already, by the way. Last week. I didn't like how it came out, so I'm refilming it. I just felt like when I made it last week, it was so unnatural. Like I was standing in front of the camera in the bathroom. I brought all my products with me, and it was just like, okay. I don't know, it just was not my vibe, like, for a YouTube video. Oh! And then this is another thing, like, I'm trying to be, you know. No, not my food. Oh my god. We might go inside. Yeah, like, I'm trying to be outside, so I'm trying to give, like, a little different background. And I feel like when I try to be outside, nature starts attacking me. The sun is too bright. The bees are bothering me. And it's just, like, I want it to stay like this. Like, if that cloud moves. Anyways, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a long-awaited, highly requested video. I get a lot of questions about my skincare products, and I'm excited to share it with you guys, honestly. I've been through a lot with my skin in the past recent years, so I kind of want to share it with you guys just because, one, I want you guys to be up with me. Like, you know, I'm here for the girls, girl. I'm never going to gatekeep. I'm always going to put y'all on. I love to give you guys new products to go try, especially when people have like similar skin types to me. Forgive me if I'm squinting because there goes that sun again. So today I'm going to be taking you guys through my skincare journey, and I'm going to be telling you guys about the products that I'm currently using. So let's get into the video. Alright, full disclaimer, I'm not a professional. I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not an esthetician. I'm just, you know, a regular person who has gone through their own skincare journey, and I've had a lot of issues with my skin over the past recent years. So I'm kind of just here to let you guys know, like, the things that have worked for me and how I've gotten over, you know, acne struggles and a couple of the other skin struggles that I've dealt with. Now it's hot. Alright, so I have a few notes that I wrote down. So if you guys see me looking down, let me start off by telling you guys about my skincare journey. I would definitely say I have combination skin. In the summertime, my skin can be really oily. And in the wintertime, my skin could be really dry. And then sometimes it's like at the same time, like over here, I think they call it the T-zone. Basically, like here, I can get really oily, especially because I wear glasses more often than not. And then sometimes I'll get really dry. It just really depends on what time period I'm in. So I'll use like thicker moisturizers. Ooh, excuse me. And then in the summertime, I try to use a lot lighter weight moisturizers just because I hate feeling like I feel the layers of product on my skin. Like that's just not my vibe. So some of the struggles that I've dealt with my skin are acne, oilness, and like really small bumps on my forehead. You know, before the age of, I want to say 15, I wasn't really like experiencing such bad acne. It kind of started when I was like 16, 17. I remember when I moved to Texas in 2017, I actually struggled with cystic acne. And basically what cystic acne is it's just like very cyst-like red pimples that formulate usually on your cheeks, but it could be anywhere around your face. They pile on top of each other. And for some reason, I was just really struggling with that. I think it had something to do with maybe the stress that I was undergoing, a hormonal imbalance that I had, and then on top of that, just like the food that I was eating at the time. And I was going through a few different changes that weren't necessarily being welcomed at the time. I was getting stress acne, and still to this day I get stress acne, and that was something that was happening to me on a regular basis. I was really struggling with that, and it started to take a toll on my self-esteem. This stuff was literally taking over my face, and not only were they big and red and like obviously visible, but they were like very painful. And I just remember getting really upset about it, and there would be times where I would pop them, there would be times where I would just leave them be, but it felt like no matter what I did, like they were always after probably dealing with it for like about 6 to 8 months, I asked my dad to take me to the dermatologist. I told them exactly what I was going through. They kind of broke down the different reasons why all of those things were happening to me. And basically what they said was a big part of it was using moisturizer and a good cleanser for my skin. They were letting me know that if you don't moisturize your skin on a regular basis, you'll be subject to being very oily because your skin's overcompensating for the moisture that it's not getting. So when I went to the dermatologist, they ended up giving me a new skincare routine, and they gave me the topical cream, which is Epiduo. Epiduo is adapalene benzoyl peroxide, and what that does is it basically dries out your skin so that you are able to get over the acne but also prevent the acne. They also gave me an entire list of all the products that I should go ahead and buy. So I ended up using the Neutrogena Ultra Gentle Cleanser, the oil-free moisturizer, and then I started using cleansing foam. And then after that, I would put on my Epiduo. I would do this in the morning and at night. The dermatologist had told me that it was going to be about 6 months before I see any results, so that I had to be like very diligent and just very proactive with everything that I was doing, because if I kind of like stopped doing it for a little while, then it would kind of offset the progress that I would end up seeing. So I just made sure that I did it every single day, and I was very eager for my skin to get better, so I was listening. Like, I never listened to somebody so precisely in my life. It definitely did take about 6 to 7 months for me to actually see an improvement in my skin, but when I did see it, I was in awe. I was very grateful. I did that skin routine for, I want to say, about 2 years before I stopped receiving the treatment. And then once I stopped receiving the treatment, I kind of came to a realization, like, okay, like if I don't have that, I really need to make sure that I'm taking care of my skin in other ways. Like, now it's really up to me. I can't just rely on that medicine anymore. I feel like this is good, but at the same time, I'm like nervous. I feel like this looks fake. One time I was at work, and this is when I used to work at Forever 21, and this girl had came up to the register, and her skin was actually perfect. Like, I have never seen anybody with such poreless, flawless skin. So I asked her, I was like,
hey, your skin is really pretty. Like, I'm just wondering, like, what you use in your skin.
and she was like, oh, like as far as makeup or skincare, and I was like, oh, both, like, you know, I don't mind. And she was like, well, for my skin I use Tatcha, and then for my makeup I use, I forget what she said, but I'll put it here for you guys. Either way, she had written it on a sticky note for me, and for about 3 years I had that inside of my camera roll, and I just like never touched it. One thing about my skin is that my skin in the summertime, I don't really usually get really bad acne, but for some reason in the wintertime, that's when my skin just wants to do the most. I read somewhere that in the wintertime, like, that's when your skin ends up getting like the most dry or something like that. Let me look it up. Okay, so it says, in the winter when your skin becomes dry, your body often responds by producing more sebum. Sebum is an oily substance that is a key component of acne. Too much of this oil causes the skin cells to stick together and clogs pores. So honestly, for the longest time, I was trying to figure out like why my skin just breaks out so much more in the winter time. And then I didn't mention this as one of my struggles, but I did struggle when I had that cystic acne with hyperpigmentation. And even if you don't have acne, you could still struggle with hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation can come from anything, everywhere, all the time. I was dealing with a lot of scarring from the acne that I had, and then on top of that, the scars would be so dark. it didn't matter if I didn't actually have a pimple there. It just still looked like I did. And that really bothered me. So I started to look for like, ouch. I started to look for products that would help with that. But I was really curious as to why my skin kept on breaking out in the winter time. I was like, this is starting to get annoying. In December, I finally decided that I wanted to try Tatcha. And I had been looking into Korean skincare for a really, really long time. And at the time that the girl had told me about Tatcha, I didn't remember her telling me that it was, I think it's Japanese skincare. I kind of just was like, okay, like I'll just look it up, and I never did. Anyways, I had no idea that it was like Japanese or Korean skincare. So at the time, I was just like, okay, whatever, like I'll look into it. But then in December 2022, that's when I actually decided to look into Korean skincare. And I found that like people were using it, and I was watching the results, and it was just like really fast results. And a lot of people were just like, oh, I swear by this, I swear by this. So I was like, okay, like maybe I should get on that. So I actually ended up going to Sephora one of those days, and I bought myself the travel size of the Tatcha. And it came with the Dewy Skin line, the moisturizer, and the facial cleanser. And then it came with the Rice Water Cleanse moisturizer line and the cleanser for that one. So I ended up trying both of them, and I would use one at night and one during the day just to see how I liked them. And then I decided from there which one that I was going to use on a regular basis. But when I tell you guys, within the first 3 days of me using it, I felt a difference in my skin, and I saw a difference in my skin. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm just trying to tell you guys this, because this video ain't sponsored, by the way, just to let you guys know, like, you know, this is fully my 100% opinion. But yeah, like, I saw quick results, and I was like, wow. So I decided that I liked using the Deep Cleanse face wash, and then I decided that I liked using the Dewy Skin moisturizer. Those two together, dynamic duo. I swear by it. I was using that from December to May. But the one thing about the Dewy Skin is that it's perfect for winter, but it is a little bit heavier on the skin. So I just want to keep that one for winter. So once May rolled around, I kind of decided that I was just going to get a different moisturizer for the summer. Just something that was a little bit more lightweight and didn't feel like I was walking literally through a layer of moisture when I walked outside. So I was like, okay, I need to get something extremely light for the summertime, something that's not going to sit here and like make me feel like my face is super heavy when I walk outside. I'm just going to say Cosrx. That's what I'm going to call it. Or I ended up getting the all-in-one serum, so it's a moisturizer, and then it also has the snail mucin benefits inside of it. Very lightweight moisturizer that I use in the morning because I just feel like my skin needs something a lot lighter in the summertime, because like I said before, the Dewy Skin by Tatcha is a really good moisturizer, no doubt about it, but it's just so heavy on your skin, especially in the summertime, for me at least. So that's why I ended up switching it up, but don't worry, Tatcha will be making a comeback soon. But snail mucin has been shown to help unclog pores, improve skin texture, reduce fine lines and wrinkles, boost collagen production, and fade dark spots, aka hyperpigmentation. So that's the all-in-one moisturizer that I started using, and I gotta be honest with you guys, like, I love it. It gives you like a nice glowy look, and it doesn't feel super heavy on your skin. So it's just one of those things that like I swear by. Obviously, like, throughout this time now, I still get, you know, regular little pimples, but they're nothing like they used to be. Like, nothing like they used to be. So, honestly, whenever I have a pimple, I try not to complain so much, even though I know I do. But, like, it used to be so much worse. Like, my cheeks would literally be filled with huge pimples, and it just was not the vibe. But for the hyperpigmentation that I experience, sometimes I use the Good Molecules hyperpigmentation serum. My cousin had told me about that a while back because she had some of her own skin acne journey that she went through, and she told me about Good Molecules. And honestly, Good Molecules is another brand that you start using that, and by day like 5, you see results. Like, it just gives you a better glowy looking face. And on top of that, it really helps to fade all the scars. Another thing that's really good for scarring is vitamin E oil. If you popped a pimple or something like that, wash your face, put some vitamin E oil on top of it, and I bet you it'll go away within like 7 days. I'm not even gonna hold you. As long as you just like pierce the pill and then put it on your face and don't rub it in all the way, it works perfectly. So that's something that I do like when I'm at home just chilling and I know I'm not going anywhere. I'll wash my face, do my skin routine, and then I'll just put some vitamin E oil in the areas that I feel like I need it. My cousin also told me about this face mist, which is good for hydrating your skin. So I ended up getting the Heritage Rose Water facial mist. It is so good. It's just like a nice little way to finish off your skin routine. It could be used as a setting spray as well for the makeup girls. So if you're looking for something that's good for just your skin as well as like finishing up your makeup, that's a really good brand to use. I really didn't realize that you could use it as a setting spray. So the past few times that I've done my makeup, I haven't had any setting spray because I ran out. And I read the back of it when I filmed this video last time, and I realized that you can use it as setting spray. So the next time like I actually do my face up, I'm definitely going to use it as a setting spray. Now that I know like I don't need a setting spray and a facial mist, like I could use the same thing for 2 different purposes. So for my toner, I use the Thayer's toner. I use the witch hazel and aloe vera one. I just recently bought the coconut one, but I did used to use, I think it was the rose water one or the rose hip one, just because it matched my Heritage one. But I like to use it because it removes like any excess dirt that I might have on my face after I wash my face. So I just like to use that as like reinforcement after I'm done washing my face. And then I'll do it in the morning and at night too. So that's one of those things that carries out in my night routine and in my morning routine. My nighttime routine is a little bit different. Something I recently just bought was the Dr. Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. So that is a oil that is like really good for rejuvenating your skin, giving you a nice glow, and then also very much hydrating your skin, because I don't use a moisturizer at night. I just feel like I mostly need it during the day. So in replacement of my moisturizer, I'll just use the Dr. Kiehl's. I don't put too much of it on just because I really don't like the way oil feels on my face. But at the same time, I just put enough for it to really, you know, cover all of its bases. I also show you guys in this video my morning and my nighttime routine, just so you guys can see how I utilize all of the products. Alright guys, here we are. This completes my nighttime skin routine. I put some Laneige, the vanilla sleeping mask, on my lips. And yeah, now I am ready for bed. I'm tired. But yeah, so check it out. Check the glow out. Okay? So I will be back to show you guys my morning skin routine tomorrow. Okay? Good night. Alright guys, so it is the morning time. I'm about to show you guys how I do my skincare routine for the morning when I'm about to go out, because I'm about to bring my grandma to the airport. But make it fast, make it snappy. I just didn't want to leave without doing my routine because I don't like how my face feels so dry. But I kind of have to like speed this up. A big thing about like using these little those little droplet serums is that like you shouldn't be touching the end of the tube with your face, because regardless of how much you wash your face, like your face is still dirty. So the last thing you want to do is put any kind of bacteria back into your products that are supposed to be helping your face. That's something that I learned from my friend Tiana. Thank you, T. Because honestly, I would literally make sure it touched my face at some point. And this is the best lightweight facial moisturizer. I used to use like the derma roller, I think it's called, to like roll my products onto my face, but I don't use that anymore. What I probably will start doing is ice rolling my face in the morning for like puffiness, because my eyes be getting real puffy, my lips be real puffy. So yeah, but that is my morning skin routine. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so glad that I was finally able to share these details with you guys. And let me know if you guys have any questions about any other things. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.